this is Divine Sunshine here at the Playground Experience. I have my lovely co-host, Kathy D. and April Williams. Yay! Sound like the Kermit. Yay! Kermit the Frog. So I'm going to let Miss Kathy D do the introduction of the topic of tonight, which is
We are going to talk about once you've gone through your healing process and you have come to the point where you are merging into self union, how we need to stop focusing on working on you or working on the DM, and how you need to focus on working on the two of you as a united couple, as you are in union. It shouldn't be a him or a her situation. It should be a we, an us, because we know as twin flames, ultimately, we are going to be together. We are in one way or another. Some, physically, and, others spiritually, but we're still connected as a soul. And how to work on these things as a, as if, let me try that again, as if we are in union. So that is the topic for tonight. So Miss April, what do you think about that?
I'm like, trigger warning. Forget
yeah.
all that. I'm just kidding. I just want to say, I don't want to talk about him that way. Just kidding. Okay. No, it's really important to be able to integrate this person into your life that you keep claiming you want to be with so desperately, right? And you really want to be with yourself in sense of loving and being content with yourself. And then you come into space with someone else, and we have a tendency, as all people do, we twins, to trigger like nobody's freaking business. Trigger warning. That's what the relationship helps you anchor in, this love and this trust from a whole new level. And, it's actually surprising, but a lot of us have a hard time even conceptually accepting that kind of love, knowing that it's okay to be loved, knowing it's okay to feel that connected, especially with the partner. Because I know that in my experience, and I know you've heard it before, but you hurt the one that you love that's the closest to you first. And
Mm-hmm.
so this person that we care about, that we really want to see happy and successful and succeed in life and accomplish their dreams, we also want that for ourselves. And how can we hold that space? How can we provide and be that, and understand that we're actually somebody else's dream? Somebody wants to be with us. Somebody wants to love us as much as we're willing to accept. And so that's a big deal. Getting into that us mode, getting into that connected togetherness family vibe. Yeah. And however you create that, you've got to know where you are in order to stand in that faith or in that strength. And so part of that is self-care. And I brought a little mud to the playground, ladies. I'm just going to do a little mask. Okay. Get masked up for you after I take off my shirt. Because what? The future is ours. Twin flames and beyond, baby.
Twin Flame Unite.
I got my COVID armpit hair for you guys. All natural.
That's that, and the rabbit hole. There it is. We went out. I thought we was gonna last. All right now. And so now, how does that help us to understand with doing the mud for that? How does that help us as far as self love, nurturing?
Well, when we get in our mud, when we get in the mud, we're allowed to pull out our impurities. And
Okay.
so playing in the mud, seeing what our shadow is, seeing what our muck is a beautiful thing. Because then
Okay.
we know what to clean out and we know what to leave on the playground. Although my mom's probably going to say something about how I came home with mud all over my face if this is really the playground. But the way a big girl does self-care, she plays in the mud again. I used to make mud pies. I used to do all the things. I had a whole mud kitchen.
Yep.
hey, you know, we're here for a little bit. We might as well all do masks together. So maybe next time the sandbox will make sand masks.
All right, yeah, that is true. Well, I do like play with my nails or do my toes, so that's another playful thing that even when I was a child, that's what I like to do, just make up things, a lot of Barbie doll things and making food. I didn't play in the mud, and I've always been pretty. I'm like, I don't do the mud. Other people do the mud, but I did also play a lot. And so when we're talking about what we're seeing in life, and that's interesting that Kathy D was the one why I had her introduce it because that's the topic in which she had brought up, which was us understanding that when we do the work, it's very important that we understand that we're not just focusing in on just the other person about what they're doing and what we think is going to bring to the table when we come to use it. What they're bringing to me, I'm getting an interruption, is a lot of times we thinking that we won't be able to live or be able to start or do anything until that our divine counterpart, what is the divine feminine, divine masculine, comes into play. And that is a very big thing, a hurdle in which we have to kind of get over in understanding that, you've got to be whole in order for you to kind of get to that destination. I think Lightworker, he has said that Mr. Lightworker had something like, to understand that coming to union is not a destination. I think it's something, the union is part of the journey. Being into union is part of the journey, and for us to really truly have an understanding with that. And right now with the energy and everything that's going on, we're really having a hard time as divine feminines looking beyond the illusions of what's being shown as us in the 3D. And I think one of you, I can't remember, because after I went down the rabbit hole, I forgot where I was at. But one of us really understanding that where we are right now, we're getting thrown off with all these things. And now, like I said about the 3D aspect, we can't go and push beyond what we're seeing, which is causing us to kind of resurface that fear. And that's causing us to not being able to see the masculine in another way of pushing through to be able to see this union, because we're seeing so much of this hurt into this pain, that when the divine masculine does decide or the divine feminine does decide to show up, it's like, what is union? I can't really compare. I can't really think of it. A lot of times, if you even ask some of the twin flames, like, can you tell me what is your union? How does it look? And they're like, they might have like but I mean, like, to be very exact about it, it's like some of them are scared
Mm-hmm.
to even go there, to even go to that depths of saying, I really union. That's a biggie.
Mm-hmm. I think that's true.
That's what
People.
I'm saying. Like hmm.
What you say? What you say, mud woman?
Did you cut out? Because I'm having a lot of static.
I think it might be the music because it's picking up the
Having a
double
ton of
sounds.
static, and I'm right next to the modem.
Yeah, but turn the music off, because
Okay,
again,
hold on.
sometimes that causes a problem when you're doing that. It's like it don't know which mic to do. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us?
Got us?
Sporadically, it's cutting in and out.
Okay. And you moving
It's
fine.
cut up. It's cut up. Can you hear me? It's cut up.
Yeah.
What you're saying?
Yeah, you moving fine.
I
And
sound
Yeah,
fine.
you're moving and you're sounding fine. Yeah, there might be a little glitching, but nothing major. Now that's just scary.
Okay, great. Okay, sorry. Okay, back to
yeah,
focus.
mud
Back
woman.
Like,
I won't scare the viewers.
Hey, I want to get that dirt out there. I want to get that mud. I'm planting that mud so I can really find out what is mud and what is me. And I'm letting it soak in and pull all the stuff out. And we've got a lot of stuff blocking us from that ultimate love, wanting to be able to feel that connectedness. And then we're finding that we're losing, um, we're resetting now with what the age is, with this new reset of how we connect with each other, how we connect with the world. And there's a lot of fear that the 3D consciousness is attempting to spread to prevent us from wanting to connect or unify with each other, let alone with our twin, which is the biggest part of that anxiety, and releasing that and allowing ourselves to be loved and cared for. And Mama needed a mask. A lot was going on today. A lot's been going on for all of us, I know. So what are we doing to take that time to feel in self-care? And I know that my other would be doing that mask too. Why? Because we look good. We feel that vibe of enjoying our love, right? So even the concept of me talking about the us while not fully in 3D union still brings closer 3D union, and especially 3D union with self. Because we're all forced to go a whole lot slower. And with what's going on with the planets, we are backing up. So we're going to be able to have a little shoot and swish things come this new moon, right? This Friday, we have the opportunity, but we need to get our minds right. And that's what this conversation is about with us on the playground. How are you getting your mind right? What are you doing in your 3D world to get your mind right, which means your emotions are right, which means your body and your spirit align. Well, your spirits are probably already on point if you're here right now. Your spirits are doing it. But what are you doing to allow it to be, surrendering into it? Because there's a lot of resistance happening, and I can see it even with this weird technological breakdown, which I have never had before. Y'all don't want to hear this. Why?
Well, now, Divine
Y'all don't want the
Sunshine,
face mask. Why? Y'all don't
you
want the foot massage.
No, not the eye.
no, no, no.
No, not the eye.
I see you. I see you.
Yes, I know.
Next, she's going to have a mirror and it's going to be like romper room up in here. See, I just told my age, but
You and I both.
but now, Divine Sunshine, you had a channeled message that kind of goes along with what April was saying about the timeline.
Yeah, so right now, several things. When she was talking about it, I was thinking about the Gemini moon and the new moon that we're in. It's supposed to be, Gemini represents twins. So you got the light and the shadow anyway. So we got a lot of things that's going on as far as us, what you're saying, get your mind right. Well, these energies that's coming this Friday, which is usually like the shadow of any moon, is like 2 days before and 2 after. You got the before and after. It resonated before the day comes. And so if you're really empathic and very sensitive and open, you're already sensing this. Like I felt it like today, although it's Friday. So I was like, oh, what is this? I can't get nothing right. Like she said about the technology. Well, most time when you got retrogrades going on, technology goes haywire. You just got to center yourself and, whatever, and work through it. Some people is perfect, but if you're sensitive, you already got a little problem with technology. It kind of does lovely things. But Nita, cover your ears. Don't hear what I said there. Just edit that whole part. She knows why. And so we're moving into they don't pertain to you, baby. Keep on doing what you're doing. You're a technological genius over there.
Yes, she is. Yes.
She is. And I meant that. And so with that understanding that we got to work on that shadow and that we have there is what's this all about. So even if you're in denial and saying, okay, no, I'm fine, I'm cool, I don't have nothing to do with it, it's going to unearth all that stuff that's coming up. Next thing about when we're talking about I think, and I can't take credit for it. I can't remember who it was. It might have been. Looked at several of them. 3. It could have been Erica Tarot, Hippie Tarot. I miss her. I haven't seen her in a long time. I feel like I'm going full circle. She always says, "Hello, love bugs. I just love you all So she's back. And then we have it might have been Bahati Life, maybe, I'm not too sure. And it was Tanya Gabrielle. So right now it's three. Somebody between them had said this, and I might be mixing it together. But we're at this time where everything is like overripe, okay, as far as when we talk about the twin flame journey. And we're really at the point that it is time for things to be released as well. Oh, that's my thing. I thought I seen something. Oh, Jesus. And so we're at time that things have to be released. And I even talked about in this one that I video that I just uploaded, is already up here. Was talking about the karmics. I had a dream, and just long story short, watch the video. But the karmic told me, I was as the divine masculine, that I hope you know that you're not going to stay to the end. And I was like, don't worry about it. I'm not going to stay to the end. I got my own way to get back home. So there are right now, this is the conversation. So whatever it is some kind of event that's about to play out. Whatever is this gala. Galas most times is something that people show off things in front of public, best dressed, whatever, festive. But some kind of way with the karmic situation, the thing is karmic. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a place or thing. Whatever it is, it's time. It's like, I don't care how I'm presenting myself. I'm really at the point to just say F it all, and whatever way I'm coming dressed it is what it is at this point. And I know it's time for me to go, and both sides know it does. So we're at that point. If you're not ready, going back to what our topic is, I know how to bring it back. If we're not ready, and if they're both saying, okay, it's time for you to go, and they both know that the time is over ripened, you need to make sure that you're in the mindset of ready for this union, because when they come knocking on your door, and I predict this for some of you all, come knocking, I can see them, come knocking at your door unannounced, and you don't know what's coming, you need to be ready, because you don't want to get to that point where they come showing up and you're not mentally ready. You're like, well, I'm physically ready. And that showed up in all the cards pretty much that I've been reading here. But they said here lately, that the divine feminine is not mentally ready, emotionally, but mentally, we're not there. And I've surprised me, because it's like a changing of the guards, as I call it. If all this stuff used to be with the divine masculine, and now it's the infinity sign that's sending that energy, and it's coming back over on our side. And the divine feminine is the ones that's shaking and quaking and don't know. Now, that's not all they brought to me and said, that's not all of them. Excuse me, that's that waivers that's getting real close to union to happen. And you've got to be ready mentally. And so this is good that we're having conversations like this right now, because this conversation is helping you to know that you've got to make this shift. Not that I know I'm going long, but last thing, I know the other day something I was talking about in Love in My DM, and it came to me that it's still a part. I know April kind of taught you the saying about, if it's something when you say about loving, and if some kind of part of your body doesn't seem like it's accepting it, somewhere right up in here it locked. And I say, wait a second, but I do love her. But it's like, and we had that conversation, and there's something just right here that say, clank, clank. I was like, oh, we got a problem. I see why you haven't showed up yet. We gotta, we gotta get rid of this knot. This right here. So I know I'm real with myself, and I'm saying this to myself. Definitely, that is some of you all is that one little piece there that you're not ready for. And majority of it, what I've seen in the cards, is the solar plexus. That's funny. I had it like boom, boom, right here. So I'm finished. My ride went like, okay, hands up. I'm finished with the ride. Okay, everyone else want to ride on the cold ride? It's your turn. I'm off the ride.
Well, and now, and going back to this idea of, we've been working on us, and we've done the inner child, and we've done that, and then doing things like chakra clearing and things for him, and helping him, and raising our energy, so they follow up to our, so they move up to our energy, and we've been doing these, but it's always been separate. And now we've got to take it to that next level. And this is when we kind of start talking like some of that really deep brain stuff. So I will try not to get too deep with it. But it's the whole idea of quantum physics. And no, I'm not going to give you math problems with this. It's the idea that what we set forth in our mind, we've talked about the integrity, we've talked about the lies we tell ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is the point where the rubber meets the road.
True.
You've got to get up, and every day you've got to start thinking, this is how my day is going to go, and really see it, really visualize it, and believe it. You've got to see it. You've got to feel it. You've got to smell it. You've got to taste it. I mean, you've got to believe it. And when you start with little things like that, like with your day, you're going to start seeing things magically, I guess is the best way to put it, for some, start to happen, because we do control so much of our destiny with our minds. If, so we've got to then get into the habit of loving our DM, and being with our DM, and not having that fear of, I'm going to be talking to him and the karmic's going to walk up and start a fight. No, they're gone. They're gone. And you don't want to introduce that negativity to it. It's very positive. And if they weren't romantic and they weren't loving, and maybe you were the chaser and they were the runner, but you want that, you want to be pursued, then visualize it. Spend that time, meditate on it, journal it, make it real. And you've got to do it till you believe it. And really, as simple as it sounds, you're going to have a lot of fight back from your ego, from every other part of you, every negativity that you can think of. Well, why would anybody chase after you? He didn't chase after you the first time. Why is he going to chase after you now?
Mm.
Because remember, they're coming back different. We're different. We are so different. To look at myself from when I found out what a twin flame was to today, not only am I a completely different person, I look different. I am more comfortable in my skin. I have a different career. I wasn't even a life coach. All of this has happened since separation. I
Mm-hmm.
have learned to control the codependency, the anxiety of separation. Now, listen, if you are not to this point yet, it's okay. It's coming. Listen to us, okay? It's coming. It does take time. Don't beat yourself up for it. Like we've always said, this is not a 1, 2, 3 quick fix. But we're completely, totally different people. So if we can change like that, why can't they? And I remember early on this journey, I got a reading done actually by Kurt. And he said, when you finally see your DM again, he will look completely and totally different. So we have to get into that mindset of they're different. These aren't the same people. And we have to have that positive outlook on it. And we've got to get that mindset. So when you do your chakra clearing, or, like Divine Sunshine was just talking about, where, the heart just locked up, you do that for both of you. You get those mantras and you stick them on your mirror, and you stick them on your refrigerator, and you stick them on your steering wheel, wherever you need to. Everything is working out in perfect timing for us. Everything always works out perfectly for us. We're taking that me out. I am in a divine relationship. I have my divine, I am spending time with my divine partner. We are putting these ideas out into the universe, that we are together, and that we accept it. And there's the trick. We have to accept it. It's not one of those, it'd be nice, I sure would like, well, I'd love to drive a Jaguar, but until, my Dodge out in the driveway turns into a Jaguar, until I can start seeing that progression, it's not going to happen. It's always going to be it'd be nice. I wish I could. Well, I hope someday. No, we get rid of that. We're talking, rubber meets the road. This is concrete. I am in a divine union. Everything is working out for us in divine timing. We are a happy couple. I do deserve the love of my divine masculine. I deserve it to be passionate and romantic. And you have to be matter of fact about these things, because this is where we work together. Because when you send out that strong energy to them, they feel it. I mean, we've talked about this. So many people are understanding that the DMs are feeling our energy like we feel theirs. This isn't a one-way phone call where we feel it, they feel it. It might be different. Like ours is emotional. Um, like we were talking about with like the panic attacks and stuff. They're going through something rough. We'll feel it that way. Different things happen, but they still feel it. And at this point, if you are far enough along that this is making sense, at this point, they know it's you. They know it's you. So send out that high energy, send out those positive thoughts that yes, we're going to be together. And yes, this is going to be fantastic. And yes, we can do this. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, because that's not my story. That's not my story anymore. I am not that person. I look different. I have a different job. I feel different. I see myself differently. That old story is done. And that's where we've got to go from being two separates to bringing, we're already going through that where the energy is merging with our divine masculines or divine feminines, whichever. We're feeling it. You know, we're getting, you know, different people have it different ways. Some people get tingling, some of it get, you know, but we're getting that merging already. So now we've got to make that physically real, because it is happening. And you don't want to be caught off guard. I think Divine Sunshine, it was you with the bear card on a couple of your readings. You had that bear card, and you don't want to be surprised by a bear. Trust me. You ever been to Yosemite? You don't want to be surprised by a bear, because trust me, they are not wearing a little brown fedora with a little bear with a boo-boo. You know, these bears are not something you want to mess with. You're not, Yogi and Boo-boo are not showing up at your door. Well, I don't know. Depending on your divine masculine, we've got to get into that mindset.
You bought me flowers. You shouldn't have.
It is the perfect time. I sure did. I bought us all DF some lovely flowers for our self-care and our
Ooh,
self-love.
Those are beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And empowerment for ourselves. I got some nice carnations here. I don't remember these ones, but these are my favies for today. um, I know these are from you. And I just want to say thank you, and how much I love ourselves, how much I love myself, how much I'm taking care of me and us in the meantime.
There you go.
We go through this whole process of if, then, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but right now, I feel you. I love you. We're connected. And no matter how you show up, when you show up, I'm always going to love you. But am I going to be in the space to accept the love from you? I don't know. I'm getting all tight-lipped over here, removing all this bull that's deep on the surface. Right? We're coming together to further remove this impurity, to allow ourselves to fill that impurity in with love. We've been sold all these stories and all this whatever from our past, from anything that we let have some power. What really gets to have the power is us from within. I mean, you see how it's morphing and changing my face. It's getting real tight and uncomfortable. I can barely talk to you to take you down the rabbit hole. But all I'm saying is,
I need a guy.
The wind in her face on the roller coaster.
Let us. Let us. I'm always shocked. Let us. And I enjoy it because when we step into this, we're stepping into the aha moment, right? When you're peeling this off on your own, it's one less moment of turmoil and one more moment of pleasure. Actually, like 3 more moments of pleasure, maybe even 10 more moments of pleasure that you can enjoy with your partner, with your other, with twin. Step into this. Start with it on the playground. You're imagining it, you're playing with it. How do you want your, and if you're in a relationship with your twin now, how do you expand that relationship? How do you take full mission? How are you helping the community, right? We're all working on different levels of our journey, but we get to love and be open and know that that next step is just one miracle after another. And yeah, there's some seesawing, right? Because our energies are a little bit in disbelief. We didn't know that we didn't know we could handle this much love. We didn't know we were loved this much. We didn't know we were thought that we were this beautiful. We never had that in a way that was safe and sustainable. And that's all how we can fully enter into this space um, of this shared union that doesn't have the repelling effect, right? Because I loved what Kathy D was saying about building in the now, building in the concepts of being, because we are human beings. We are like bodies entering into this being, and it's sustainable because the earth is shifting into this wave and we are anchoring it in for her, right? We are our children who anchor it in. We are the ones who acknowledge the other beings and energies and entities on this plane, because it's more than just us. And as we wake into it and we get out of the slumber of what TV has programmed, radio has programmed, why do you think that XYZ is on top? Because they've been told that it's your chance, right? This is all funded. So you get to pick what you're thinking, you get to pick what you're listening to. And I would, if I were you, do my best to pick the things that sustain me at a higher vibration, something I enjoy, something I love, some music that makes me feel positive about myself. Have you guys, when's the last time you made yourself a playlist of things that just made you feel good, of things that you wanted to make love to your old man or whomever by, whoever you want to make love to, you just get something that gets you in the mood of loving yourself. And if that's flowers, flowers. And if that's food, healthy food to nourish your body, do that. Like, it all comes into process. We are now elevating the earth through our activities, through our ways of being, and we are being in us. We are being in union. Us is also more than just you and twin, right? Because your energy affect other energies. We're here as a huge community. You can check out Bonita's Wix. You can check out Divine Sunshine's Wix. She's got I know her, Jupiter 11. Kathy even has some really lovely stuff in there. So, oh, me too, yeah. Forgot about that. But the playground experience help you release into you would like some assistance on a more personal basis, because sometimes we need that attention, sometimes we want that love, and we pour it out of us nonstop. So just enjoy. We're going to step into a healing in a little bit and a little bit of card clarification, but I know that we are ready to receive. Can you imagine yourself receiving? Do you know what it feels like to receive? And I don't mean any kind of, I could feel the chatter. I can feel the puckering up of the butt, the making diamonds, as I say. I can feel that when I even say the word receive. Some of you are resisting. You're like selfish, and it's me being needy, or it's no, no. We are social creatures. That is part of how we do. We receive. When we came to this earth, we needed to be nourished to get to the point where we were aware enough of our bodies and how we were doing and interacting with others before we could actually sustain ourselves. We learned into that. We received at that time. And some of us got messages and different levels of understanding that we need to cleanse and reprogram. But as we do that, that's how you step into us. That's how you step into fully receiving without pushing away. And that's where you begin, is the mind for that contemplation. As soon as you can accept receiving, it comes in different forms to test you. Simple things like, I had an auntie who was going to Costco. Anybody try to go Costco right now? Let me get a little bit of pigeon. That's so funny. Hawaiian pigeon style. Never mind. So has anybody tried to go to one of these major grocery stores where you like have to line up now outside and it's like a mile and a half long and you're trying to get in there? That's what it's like over here in Hawaii sometimes. And so my auntie was picking me up, and she picked me up some stuff that I asked for, and it was lovely because I didn't have to go in there with my infant son into the, because it does make all of a lot of us empaths, with our verging abilities, very overwhelmed because it's a confusing energy out there. And if we're not cultivating who we are when we're in our lone space, then it's difficult to stand against, not against that, but stand with that, stand as a true self when the pressure is on for whatever programming they're trying to get us through right now. But it's not working. You hear the vines and everything that's going on, that we're seeing through all of the charade that's happening with the elite and the programming of the masses and the fear consciousness and what's going on with XYZ. So here we are. Now that we know that that's over, where are we? Where is I? Where is the na'au? They call it the gut, the stomach. Your gut tells you when something isn't right. Your heart will flutter when something is right. You know, when you're in love, or when something's off, you kind of slow down, you take a breath. Your body is making you aware of being in the present moment, of allowing you to accept or repel. And society is pushing a lot of repel. So you get to be strong in the mind for your center, your breath. You anchor it into the body. This peace, this love, this connectedness, this us. I think that's a good segue from. I feel like doing a little bit of energy work. You guys down for that right now, or do we have some more stuff we want to add to the?
Well, I can add it at the end because
Okay.
there was something I'd gotten. So
Yeah, but I felt it. That's why you see me shift my body. I said, here it comes. I felt it when it walked in the room.
Let's just take a deep breath together. I like it because it helps center us. I'm gonna draw a picture for you. Okay, I'm gonna draw a picture. Let me get one pretty flower out to draw a picture. Okay. So, you're breathing. When you breathe, imagine the air traveling like this. In, and it goes out. Let me draw again. In to the back of your head, down the back of your spine, all the way around, and out.
Oh.
Did you guys understand that picture of the drawing? I'll draw a picture and then I'll post it in like the thing below later. But and this energy is cultivated out of you. This energy is actually called the microcosmic orbit. When you're doing this breath, typically you want to keep your tongue to the roof of your mouth to keep the energy connected. This is a soft version. I'm going to do maybe a 2 or 3 minute video on the microcosmic orbit meditation at a later date. Okay, I promise. Okay. So let's practice this breath. Visualize it moving through the body, around in a circle. Okay, I can feel all of your heat energy rising within you. Now on your next breath, that's circular, I want you to let that breath rest in the navel and let the energy rest in the navel, behind the belly button. Just grow it. Just let it grow and empower you. Whoop, I feel hands and feet turn on. How are we feeling? I want you to take your hands and I want you to put them one over your second chakra and one over your third chakra. So our womb, our womb space, our sacral is where we create, is where we develop our energy, is where we allow it to come and be cultivated and grow. This is where we can grow new ideas. And shooting the energy between our third chakra, our solar plexus, and our fifth chakra allows us to be empowered to express our creativity. So we just want to connect those two energies. Move your hips around. Let everything kind of loosen up. I don't want it to be too tight. You want it to flow. There we go. Spread your toes out a little bit. I feel some congestion in the body. There we go. All this wiggling is breaking free all of this debris that doesn't need to be. Just keep breathing. Your body should feel more alive and awake now. Your subtle energies are now connected. And I'm going to take both of your hands and put them over your third eye. Go ahead and take both your hands, put them over your third eye. And we're going to pull this energy up from our second and third chakras to our third eye. Whoop. There we go. I think we're going to put one hand over the crown and we're going to put it like an open sea and kind of funnel this energy up. There we go. There we go. All right. Go ahead and put both of them on the sea above your head. I'm just going to pulse this energy upwards. All right. Keep breathing. Do a little bit of shake here, a little bit of circles. Let your body spiral with this energy. Oh, I'm feeling a call to people. Keep one hand on your crown and put one hand over your throat. I'm feeling some stuff needed to come out. People are needed to say things and feel strong in their words and feel strong in themselves. I'm feeling the twin coming. We need to be strong with self. We need to know that it's okay for them to set boundaries on this new place. Allow them to be their new selves. Just because things have been doesn't mean they need to continue to be. A new future is being created. If you can shake your jaw back and forth, go loosen it up. Ooh. Oh man, put your hand. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay, put your hand back at your crown. Let's go ahead and seal this up. We did some deep work for a lot of people. Oh, my ears are popping. All right, we can hear. All right, let's let the energy just flow down. Flow your hands down over your aura. Just calm this energy, calm it through. We're going to come back into our bodies now. Anchor it in. Let it flow. How are we feeling? I'm going to tap a little bit on our sternum. Come back into your body. Breathe. If you want to seal it with a couple of those, envisioning the energy move around your body and stopping at your navel. All right. Tap your feet.
You feel gone.
How are we feeling? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You feel freer?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
More relaxed. Too relaxed.
I feel like somebody just told somebody else off. They're ready. They're ready for change.
He has released my throat chakra and I'm ready to express myself.
Well, and that actually kind of leads me into kind of what, as I was listening and I was kind of led to kind of point out and express to everybody, is whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine, we all have some form of a karmic relationship, karmic partner. Remember, person, place, or thing. Now is the time, especially talking to divine feminine, because we give divine masculine such a hard time about his karmic partner. If you are in a karmic situation, now is the time. Stand up, be strong, Stand up for yourself with integrity. If you love this man as much as you say you do, you went through dark night of the soul. You were laying on the bathroom floor crying. I mean, you found Q-tips that were lost for years. You have to stand up with integrity and say, enough is enough. I don't want to do this anymore. But this also goes with, remember, person, place, or thing. If you've got addictions that you need to get rid of, now is the time to do it. I don't care if it's high fructose corn syrup and you're drinking a 2 liter of soda a day, or if you smoke cigarettes, or if you are a compulsive eater or a binge eater, whatever it is, get that under control. Jimmy Buffett said it the best. You know, you treat your body like a temple. I treat my body like a tent. You shouldn't do that. That is your body. And, you know, those of us that are slightly more aged on this journey would like all the years we can with our DM. And you know what? I'm not going to put myself at risk to cut it short because of wanting a soda or fast food or whatever your thing is, whatever it is. And I'll tell you, I went as far as I bought myself a present.
No.
It's my new Fitbit because you know what? It's time that I put my money where my mouth is, where the rubber hits the road. It's time to take care of this temple and quit treating it like a tent. And it is time, divine feminine, to quit pointing the finger at the masculines, and we've got to clean up our karmic. We've got to clean up our karmic situation too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of this right now. When we taking on this idea of us, well, it's got to be us, not us and our sidecar of 16 bag. What do you call them? Our 16 hefty bags?
Karma stuff.
Yeah, we got to get rid of that. You've got to let it go. It might be scary, but you've got to do it. If he means or she means that much to you, let it go.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten to the point of being ridiculous, and I'm preaching to the choir. Trust me on this. This message is as much for me as it is for you all. And it is time to stand in our integrity and our strength as divine feminine. So that's kind of what I got that needed to be said.
Also, we can't talk some death. Let it go.
Say what again?
I think, you know, a lot of us want heard, but what do you want to be heard saying?
Okay, a lot of us
I said a lot of us want to heard, but what do you want to be heard saying?
Yeah.
Be your light self. A lot of us heard. You want to be heard saying. It's not working. Can you hear me? You guys are looking at me like you can't hear me.
They'll be waiting to unfreeze you. You got this one eyeball like staring at us.
Yeah, we look like we're in the outback.
Right. We're in the Aborigines.
All you need is some little black stripes, and we're.
Okay.
Nightmares. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I came there.
My heart is with you.
See, she does that to us because she knows her time is so far off. When we have nightmares, she'll still be awake.
Right. Hello. Okay, we're out there. I'm trying to see. Okay, right there, I don't see anything. Okay, so if we're talking about trying to get with us, into that consciousness.
I'm just your deep inner self cleansing. And there's a lot of band-aid pulling going on now. So just do it. It's much better fast and slow. I'm just saying.
Yep. Rip it off.
I like that. Just rip it
like
off.
This is a mask I'm wearing. This is not who I am.
Yeah.
So the things that you think are wounds aren't you. The mask you're wearing. You're peeling down till you get to you. And you are amazing. You are a wonderful gift. We are a wonderful gift. Us. That's what we're getting to.
Sorry.
How are we doing with the cards?
Are you
That
in your chair having
Oh,
problems
good.
over there?
felt like somebody was
Check.
like, bye.
So Neptune, you better stop messing with her chair.
The DM says you
Saturn,
can't play with them anymore.
Right. Clear.
He's
Not
like, oh, they're putting all kinds of ideas in your head.
yeah, like come on, dude. I heard. We're straight. Okay. Oh wow. This is a nice little message here. That they came up with. So they're saying there's three cards that came up, which was windfall. Windfall is one. I see if you can see it that way. But it
Ooh.
fall.
Oh,
But it's
that's pretty.
okay, and so right now what it is like a transformation. But most time when I think of like windfall, it's just like a lot of like blessings just like coming like woof all of a sudden, like instantaneously. When I think about it. So let's say just like what I said, the DM or the divine feminine shows up at your door unexpectedly. So these cards is like what life changes. You to me, you've got to get ready to receive that. To me, it's like a blossom. These flowers are like extra open. It's like I need the water and the sunshine and all the nutrients that needs to grow. And it's a thing of a position of acceptance. And it's got orange here. So to me, this is how you relating and how you able to have that creativity to be able to manifest these things too. But you got to get into that transformation that in life, those things have got to change because you got to change the way how you're relating to other people, and you got to change and transfer for how you're able to manifest things for it to come into with your creativity. So it's a windfall, just like if your abundance will show up on your door now. Are you ready? I think about Les Brown. I remember one time he was saying at a speech I was, and this guy was like this millionaire was ready to give this guy an opportunity. And he's like, okay, you got a business card? And the man was like, I ain't got no business card. And he said, you know what? Let me give you this as a lesson. You should always be ready. You're selling yourself, but you should always have some kind of way of business card that tells just in that moment who you are. And that's the same thing. If your divine counterpart will show up, are you ready? You should always be in the mode of readiness. You know, it might be 100%, but to me, this windfall seems like it's instantaneous. Rather, it's let's get off that. You could say even your mission, your purpose. If somebody say, "Oh, I need you to speak right now, Kathy D, about the karmic situation being the feminine and the karmic situation. Can you come speak to a room full of divine feminines on that thing right now? We give you the plane ticket. Fly over there. Well, I know. Pretend the pandemic ain't going on, and you're not gonna put your health at risk. And we want you to go over there to China, or not China, to Paris to go speak. Will you be ready? You should be. Yes, I'm ready. You don't know what
Yeah.
he's going to present after a while after that. So next thing Cardi has is that we have to change in our life is healing the past. We done pretty much just said that over and over again till we like beating the dead horse. So again, through our solar plexus, which means standing in power, I'm seeing here where it's helping us to actually to be able to grow into this blossom. But again, the stem is underneath. The stem is green, which is the heart chakra. So that's our foundation and everything, like the desires of your heart. Where's your heart place? Like I said, about my heart is like kiki lock lock. Okay, that means I got to heal the past because in order for this flower to be able to grow and to blossom into something else, I've got to really become strong and stand in my power as to where I want to go. And this transformation has got this purple and this pretty fuchsia pink and orange here, which is interesting that you have again with the crown chakra, again, how you getting the information, intuition. But this is kind of blue. His body is blue. And you can't see His body is blue. So that means at the body of it all, that sounds like Anthony Hampton, and the point of it all, I love you. So your communications that you have right there is really the base of everything. How are you communicating? How you heal the plasma? You still talk about well that divine masculine or that divine feminine? You know they did that there in 1999. You know they left me at the bar sitting there by myself with that girl, and I was, and then repeating the story over again. Okay, we got to we got to kind of heal the past right there. And then we got how you relate to other thing. In that story that you keep on telling, again, you're having a problem with how you being able to relate and create and manifest a new beginning. Which leads me on to this spoiler alert, which is the next card, which is welcome to the new. Welcome the new. We just said that you got to be open and in order to begin something. You got to okay. So in order for you to have that, you got to end that. You got to end this past that story about he left you child back there in 1999, back there at the bar. You got to forget that. That's a nice tribute to my mom. Talk about my dad, but anyway. And then you got for the windfall. In order you receive this, you got to make room for that. Okay, and so this is interesting. Now, this butterfly is brown. Well, through our metaphysics, when we did different colors, this is represents elimination. Some of you got to eliminate here in order for you right here. So again, the color brown.
Or some of us need to go outside.
Say again.
She said some of us need to go outside.
Yeah.
Some of us need to go outside and get more tan.
Okay.
Get a little sunshine.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Mercy. And then the thing they say you
yeah.
got to do is surrender to procrastination. Surrender procrastination. You keep putting it off, like April just said. Pull that daggone band-aid off, just all at once. Shoot. That's it. Not no, oh, I go a little bit straight, a little bit straight. Okay, just forget it. Put the band-aid back on. I'll mess with this tomorrow. You can't do that. You got to go ahead and just say, shoot. Take it all the way off. And you see here, you got stairs for ascension to go up. And so to me, again, that's in your heart chakra to get to true enlightenment to the light. So say now's the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So if you make one step, the universe and source will also attract the others. I think about somebody was talking about fear. I can't remember it was Kathy D or April, but you got to remember what the good book says, perfect love cast out fear, all fear. So, you got to come from that space and point for you to understand when you're talking about trying to become that us, or you are going to become that us, and you're talking, you've got to get rid of, like the card says, thinking of the past and filling it up with that past stuff and putting off what you need to do as far as fixing yourself because other things, it hurts. It's too much pain. Put the band-aid back on. You can't do that. You've got to move past that. And really, if that's what you want, that's what you got to do. No, no pain, no gain, no gain, no pain. You got to do it on that one. So what is our last, what's our ending final thoughts? We start with that. I say my ending, my final thought right there. So I'll go to April and we wrap it right back to Kathy D. She'll have the last. So April, what's your final thoughts?
If you can even understand my final thoughts.
Okay.
You know, who's ready? I'm ready. I'm getting myself ready. I know I'm ready. I'm proud. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, but there's some resistance. It's okay. That's part of it. Getting ready. The piece of art, I have a lot of artist friends, and I'm like a artist as well, in different forms. And there's always tweaking and constantly tweaking until you over mess it up, and then you got to start all over. It's kind of like an eyebrow, though, where you just took too much of it off trying to get it ready. And just let ourselves know that we are a work in progress. There is no thing that we are not in line with. accept ourselves, and we trust that we are in alignment. We are getting in alignment. We don't got to be perfect. We we're wearing a mask, but the mask isn't us. So, when I'm done, when this broadcast is over and we're washing the mask off, just let it be there. Let it go down the drain. It's gone. Now what? Now I got this fresh new, this new, that new skin. How do I love it? How do I pamper it? How do I care for it? How do I make it the most beautiful, sacred temple I know? Nourishing, love, being in family, being in community mode, knowing that we're not alone. So thank you for being with us today. Thank you for coming to the playground.
Kathy D.
Actually, I saw this sign today, and it said, "Choose to be a victor, not a victim." So that means to always choose faith over fear.
Mm.
And that's where we are now. We are ready to be victorious, and we have to choose that faith over fear. Your why has to be bigger than your fear. Why are you doing this?
Mm.
So, yeah.
I want to bring this up. I want to bring this out. I do love that, but I'm working towards getting fear even out of the conversation.
Well, that's why you choose faith over it.
Because if fear is still in our conversation, yes, but even saying it brings it there. Like you can't say the word frightened without going there a little bit. And I'm not saying we're perfect yet. I'm not saying we'll ever be perfect. But let's just shoot for the stars, right? Because even if you don't get there, you end up somewhere in the clouds. Or what was that saying? There's a better
My
one than
grandmother
that. There's
always
a
said, my
million of
grandmother
them.
always said, shoot for the moon. The worst that could happen is you land on the stars.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Perfect. Thanks, Mom.
They be knowing. They just wise beyond their years, I'm telling you. So if you want some more of that wise beyond your years good stuff, go to pineapplefishlifecoaching.com where our own Kathy D can give you those practical tips. Ooh, what with you? What you doing? Okay, I had that my hand did. Practical tips that can help you daily throughout your life so you can be able to. She helps you with the cognitive. She has background in cognitive behavior, so she knows she is a guru with journaling. She loves all the writing and getting that process out, which is a good, nice, concrete way of like getting that energy out of your energy field too, as well. We also have our own Golden Life Unlimited here, made for this goldenlife.com, our own April Williams as well. If you love the meditations that she has, she loves to give you practices of things that you can do, like self-love techniques and all that stuff. And you know that that's something that you need to incorporate as far as getting in touch with your body and with Mother Earth. Come to April Williams of made for this goldenlife.com. And also, you have me, Divine Unisouls 11.co, better known as Divine Sunshine. If you know that you would like to have a personalized reading to kind of help you to understand what your triggers and blocks are and what things you need to surrender and change, come see me and book a reading with me at Divine Unisouls 11.co. You can also get a package with all of our services that based around the topic in which you choose, we will create a program around you. Yes, you. So you have a comprehensive program that has the spirit, you have the body, and you'll have the mind. So all three of those things, comprehensive things, will help to get you right as far as going on the twin flame journey and help you to peel off that band-aid instead of you doing snatch it off. On that one. So please come to divineunisouls11.co where you can be able to get that package, which has all of our things. So we'd like to just thank you for the coming to the playground experience today and coming to play in the sandbox. So let's get us on out of here. Let's go. April Williams, sign us on out.
She's muted.
She's muted. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but she's loving you. Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Aloha.
Aloha. She says, aloha. She says, hi, stay in the light, go out, get some air. No, she said yes to all that stuff. See, I know her. She sent me the message. I felt it. It felt it. She sent it my way. And Cassie T.
Wishing you always to live your best life ever. See you soon.
All right. And as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste. Namago. Mwah. All right then. Until next time, into the playground experience. We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.